welcome back to Creative Tuesdays with Liz. I am really excited to be here again as we come together and create. I always love this time and just look forward to it. It's really one of the highlights of my week. So I hope that you all enjoy just coming together to create as well, and you just enjoy this time. I know the main thing that I always tell you is it's about the process and not the end product. So I really do want you to remember that. And another thing that I want you to realize and know is that you can create art no matter what you have. I don't want you to have the idea in your head that, oh, I can't create any type of art because I don't have a canvas, or because I don't have the expensive supplies that I need, because that is not the case. You can create art with anything that you have around your home that's already there, nature art, something that's outside. And sometimes I think that we need to create something. We just need to have little creative moments regularly, just to kind of keep us going and our mind sharp and thinking, and I think it's a good thing. We just need that. But so I really do. That's another idea that I want you to have in your head, is that I can create art with anything. I can create art with anything. So today we are going to be working on fabric paintings. So you can gather any type of fabric or material that you want to. I had a t-shirt that was too little, and so I cut a piece off of it. I have an old pillowcase. I just have some different fabric scraps from different crafts and quilt making. So any type of fabric or material that you have, you can use that. Also, you'll need something to protect your surface area. You will need paints, a plate to put your paints on, paint brushes, paper towels or rags, anything that you want to embellish your painting with or add to it, whether it be buttons or pins or glitter, anything, or even a pom-pom string, anything that you want to do to add to it, you can do that. And if you look at it and you think, oh yeah, it needs this, you can always add to it if you want to. So it doesn't have to be finished until you feel like it's finished. But so we'll go ahead and get started with our painting. And I know I said that it would probably be best to have a lighter colored fabric or something that didn't have a lot of busy design on it, but I wanted to show you that even if you did, it will be okay. I was painting a cat on here, and you might not be able to see it too well, and that's fine. Get a Sharpie or a black marker or pen, anything, and you can outline it. You can outline your painting so that it will just stand out a little more. And that way you can see it better. So even if you do just have something that's busy and colorful and kind of has some patterns on it, and you like it, and then you feel like, oh gosh, well I really can't see what I did, my artwork, outline it. It is okay. There is no rule that says you cannot mix Sharpie and paint and fabric together to create art. You can combine any type of materials. So I want you just to kind of know that. But yeah, so if you feel like it doesn't stand out, just outline it with a Sharpie or something, and then that will help it stand out just a little bit better. Alright, and for this, I just wrapped it around a piece of scrap cardboard and put glue under the sides of the fabric, and I'm holding it in place with some binder clips while that dries, so that I'll have this. You can set this up under the counter, you know, set it up on your bookshelf somewhere, or you could get some string and glue to the back, or even staple down in the corners here or pin down so that you can hang that up. Just anything that you wanted to do to fix this and display it any way you wanted to, you can. There no right or wrong, no set rules, other than just to have fun and enjoy it. So, and I hope that you do. I hope you do. So, let's see, I'm going to add a little something to this cat here. See, you don't have to be finished until you say you're finished. So I look at it and I think, oh, I'd like to add a little something else. Go back and add a little something else. It will be just fine. So yeah, hopefully a little collar will be what else this little cat picture needs on it. And I'll put a little bit of darker blue in there too. Alright, so I think that's a little bit better. It just kind of breaks up all that yellow a little bit. And I might decide later that I want to add something else, and that will be fine too. Another way that you can display your painting is with an embroidery hoop. Just old things, you know, if your grandmother or your mom or somebody has some of these laying around, I'm sure you can ask if you can use one and it will be fine. And for this one, I'm going to stretch it around there first, just because I feel like with this t-shirt material, it would probably be easier to paint on it once I do have it stretched out and displayed. So this has just kind of like a little tightening thing on it, if you didn't know how these work. And I lay it over the bottom part of this hoop that doesn't open up. This is a completely closed hoop there. So I'll lay it over that. And then I'll put the big piece back over it and kind of pull it and tighten it as I go, just to make sure that it's kind of just pulled a little taut and will be easier for me to paint on. And then you just tighten this back down, close it up. If you needed just to kind of give it some tugs here or there. T-shirt material is really, really stretchy, so you can pull and tug and stretch it any way you need to. And then you can go back and cut off this excess. You can trim it as close or have some hanging out however you wanted to. Some scissors are better than others at cutting, and that's alright. If you need help cutting or anything, just ask somebody. I'm sure somebody in your home would be glad to help you any way that you need it in your home, or if maybe you're at school in a classroom watching this. Yeah, so if you need some help with something, someone will be very glad to help you. You know, we just have to be patient and wait our turn. Alright, so we have this already. You can create any type of painting. It doesn't have to be a picture of anything like a cat. It could be just any type of shapes. It could be your name. You can do this any way you wanted to. So you can add anything to it. You can do one of those scribble drawings like we did, like we've done before, where you just kind of create a scribble drawing and then you can paint it in. So yeah, just kind of have fun painting. And if you need to make sure that you wear something over your clothes to protect yourself from the paint, yeah, do that. Put something on, an old shirt or something, or an apron, and so that you can protect your clothing as well from it. But just have fun painting. You can paint anything you want to. Like I said, it can be your name. You can do a letter, like a monogram letter. That seems to be really popular nowadays. People, you know, you see their letters or initials on it, on whatever that they have. So you could do that. You could just paint a picture. You can just paint what makes you feel good. You could just paint the whole thing a solid color if you wanted to. So just enjoy it. Enjoy painting. Something is very just calming and just feels good just to take a brush of paint and to just spread it out along whatever you're working on. It's one of those satisfying things. I know there's videos out there of, you know, or pictures of things that are just completely satisfying, like a perfectly sliced piece of cake or something. Also, spreading paint out with a paintbrush is just, it's very satisfying. It might not be for everybody, but if you enjoy it, then you do it. So we'll just get that all painted in and filled in. And you can keep adding to it, create anything on it that you want to. Like I said, if it's time to embellish it, you can glue buttons on, sew buttons on. You can have a tassel or a little pom-pom hanging from it if you wanted to. Just anything. Let's see, we can kind of hang that on the side. If you wanted to glue it down and have it hanging down, you can create anything at all you want to. Ooh, an eye would be really good. Something to, you know, create and paint out of this. Anything. So that's another way you can display your art, your fabric painting. A pillowcase. You can always paint a pillowcase and use it as a pillowcase. Or you could, you know, cut some of it, stuff a couch pillow in it, sew that up. That you can hang or display your pillowcase any way that you did your other paintings. Just anything to do. So you could paint, like I said, you could do a scribble painting, and then where you just fill in different sections. Just have fun. But I'm very, very interested in seeing the pictures of the things that you've created this time, your paintings, the way you've displayed them. I'm very, very excited to see that and just kind of check out your creative ideas on that. And I think it is just really fun. So, and hopefully, yeah, that you've learned, okay, I don't need, you know, a canvas or anything in particular to create art. I can create art with anything that anybody says I can in my home. So I want you to know that, and hopefully you've enjoyed this project. And next week we will come together and create a collage picture. You can go ahead, you can get color with crayons all over paper, or you can have pictures that are already done that you didn't like anymore and cut them up. Your watercolor paintings. So for instance, if from last week when you just did a whole bunch of watercolor paintings and you have a bunch of papers that are filled up with watercolor, and you can get those, crayon colorings, different drawings, anything, and you're going to take those pieces and you're just going to cut them up into different shapes and different sizes, and then we are going to come together and create a abstract collage out of these shapes that you've done. So we're recycling a little bit of our old projects that we've used and that we don't really just want to keep around or anything. Instead of throwing them away, we're going to make something else with them. So that's another thing, recycled objects. You can always create art with recycled objects too. So I do look forward to seeing you next week as we come together and create our collage picture, and I really look forward to seeing your fabric painting ideas. So don't forget to take a picture of those and post it and tag us, the Lancaster County Council of the Arts, in it, so that we can see that as well. And I'll see you next week. Thanks.